Hi, I'm Elizabeth Lovatt. I'm the author of Thank You for Calling the Lesbian Line, which is out today. This book is a social history of lesbian telephone helpline services that ran from the late 70s through to the 90s. You could basically call up a lesbian and talk about whatever you wanted to talk about. The book also mixes in my own kind of memoir and my story of coming out, how I discovered that I was a lesbian in my late 20s, and the kind of confusion and joy that that brought me. But I'm super excited for readers to discover the women who both worked and called on these lines, because they have such a fascinating history and I think their stories deserve to be told. While I was researching this book, I spent a lot of time in queer archives, and if you haven't been to one, go. They're amazing spaces. A lot of them are community or volunteer run. They often sit outside of the mainstream, and so you'll find things in a queer archive that you wouldn't normally. There'll be anything from, you know, flyers to a nightclub event that's long since passed, newsletters, zines, through to like more official documents, maybe around LGBTQ+ organisations that you can read. But they're just these really beautiful spaces for both like community making and discovering your history as well. So often our history is really hard to find, and for me, queer archives are so important because they preserve that history and they allow us to access our past and to also pass on what we have learned and put that into an archive. So for me, it's really exciting to think that Thank You for Calling the Lesbian Line might also become part of that archive as well for future generations. So this book has a lot of my own personal history in it as well. I talk about coming out to my mum, questioning my homosexuality. I kept a diary of that time and some of that is in the book. I also write about my first dates, the good and the bad. And yeah, I just wanted to share that part of my story in the hope that it would help other people. There's a long history in queer kind of community making and lesbian communities of like sharing your testimony in a way that will make both the queer community more visible but also help others, and that's what I was trying to do in this book. If I had one question for readers of Thank You for Calling the Lesbian Line, it would be, have you written your own story yet? Because if you haven't, you should make a record of it. That can be in any format, any way you want, but make sure you save things for the future generation, because it's so important that our stories are held, are shared, and are loved by others. Thank You for Calling the Lesbian Line is available right now. You can get it from all the kinds of places that you would normally buy a book from. It is available both at your local independent bookshop, and if it's not, get them to order it. And you can also get it online if that's easier for you. I really hope you enjoy it as much as I have loved working on this book. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you.